Hi, Binary Codes. This week you are going to go to a new project. Here's the hyperlink, compound interest. The sheet looks like this. Just drag this up a bit so you can see. Sheet looks like that. And basically, lucky you, when you were born, your great aunt Mildred started a college fund in your name. Now that you're close to going to university, you have to use your imaginations a wee bit. It's time to find out how much your money's worth. So great aunt Mildred invested for you originally $800. Right, so there's the amount that was invested, $800. Now, what you do need to do is you need to figure out how much your money is worth now, 12 years later, or roughly 12 years later. For the purpose of this exercise, make it easy on yourself and don't worry about your months. Okay, you need to work out what the rate would have been if Aunt Mildred had invested annually, quarterly and daily. So you need to go to a site that helps you work out what the interest rate was. So I have hyperlinked in a account there. Here it is, and this works out term deposits on a basis of whatever you want to invest. We're going to do it yearly, and then the other thing it does is this slider goes to the year you were born, so you can see it slides across, and here we are right out in September 2019. And as you can see, the investment rate for a savings account right now is low, 2.75. Back when you guys were born, around 2007, 2008, something really interesting happened. So I've set that for 2007. You can see it lines up with 2009. If you go up on here, you can see the interest rates. So what happened in 2008 is there was a crash. Okay, so interest rates plummeted. So unfortunately, you were born around a time, or fortunately, depending on when you were born, it was pretty buoyant. If you were born a little bit later, it was on a decline. Okay. Right now, way back where we are, so at its lowest, it was down to 3.96. We're even lower right now. Our interest rates out here are 2.75. Now, the reason they're that low is because our mortgage rates are really, really low. So if you're borrowing, that's fantastic. You can get a mortgage rate around 3.5%. But that always means that saving interest rates are lower. Okay, otherwise banks never make money, and that's not what they're in business for. So, for the purpose of your exercise, you're going to find out what your interest rate is, and you've invested $800. All right. So if I am doing, let's just for ease for Mrs. Taylor, we're going to say $1,000 at 5%. Then compounding annually is really, really easy. Okay. If I compound $1,000 with 5% interest over the year, that's $50. So my new investment rate the following year is going to be $1,050. Okay, and then you need to calculate that each year. Okay, so now the new rate is $1,050 at 5%, etc., over 12 years. All right. Now quarterly, you're going to take that $50 and you are going to have to divide it by 4. All right, and then you'll get a new rate. And then obviously that is $12.50. You would add that onto the 1,000 times $12.50, work out the interest rate of 5% and divide it by 4 and add it on. And you're going to keep doing that for the 4 years. And then you can work that out for each year. Now, there's an algebraic equation for that to save you working it out each time. See if you can come up with it, because it will make things a lot easier and you'll be able to do it quite quickly. Now, on a daily one, you've got the initial $50, which is an annual rate, divided by 365, which equals, I think, something like 12 or 13 cents a day. So your new rate, the second day, would be $1,000.13, and then you would work it out again, divided by 365, and you would add that on. So that's an even more long calculation. There's an algebraic equation that will help you work it out. So while that question looked really easy to start with, you're going to have to come up with the algebraic equation. This one's easy. This one's a bit harder. And this one's even harder if you do it day by day. If you can work out the algebraic equation, you'll be able to work it out quite simply. So have a go with that, have a bit of a play, go onto this site, have a look at where your interest rate was back there, and I will call on you and we'll have a look at it together and see what we can work out together if we are struggling. All right. The first thing you'll have to do is go and have a look at this video, which obviously you've done, otherwise you wouldn't be able to hear me. Okay, talk to you soon.